Welcome back. The disc golf season's coming to an end. It's getting wrapped up. We're gonna reflect on AXIOM and MVP's drops over the last year. We've got some new molds. We've got some existing molds in new plastic. We got some Creator Series. We got a lot of sweet discs that you guys are gonna enjoy, especially enjoy if you have them in your hand to throw them. But I've got 5 discs I've chose. This is all subjective, this is just in my opinion. But I've got 5 discs. I'm gonna rank from 1 to 5, 1 being the best, 5 being the worst. That's a horrible word to describe the 5th disc because they're all absolute bangers. They really deserve, they're actually a must go in the bag. If you were to bag only 5 discs and you bagged these 5, you'd have a very awesome bag. So my opinion, there is no worst. They are all absolutely fantastic. Sorry for the change in scenery, my battery died, so we're back at the house, finishing the video here in front of the disc collection. Like I was saying, I got 5 discs. We're gonna start with actually disc number 5 and work to disc number 1. I'm gonna save the best disc for last because it just makes sense to me to save the best for last. Part of the criteria I was looking for when I was looking for what disc that I think were top 5 was a disc that anybody can throw. Whether you're a beginner player or a seasoned pro on tour, doesn't matter. I just thought that all of these deserved a spot in my top 5. We're gonna start with number 5, but before we do me a huge favor, hit that subscribe button, especially if you're returning to the channel and you haven't subscribed yet, or if you're new to the channel. If you're new to the channel, hit the button, it's free. So number 5, may be a bit controversial because the mold already existed, the plastic already existed. It's been said that it's the best throwing putter of all time. I have to agree, especially this specific run. It is the Eagle Rebirth Envy. And there's something about it. It feels so good in my hand. I feel like it has a bit more dome than other Envies. It flies so good. I can rip on it, it'll stay dead straight. Always has a slight finish. I can put it on little flex lines. It is such a good disc. I've thrown other Envies, but nothing, for whatever reason, feels the same to me as this one. I love this disc. All right, so now we're gonna go to number 4. Number 4 is a new mold. I wanna say, correct me if I'm wrong, but I wanna say I heard Simon say it's his best-selling disc of all time. And that's huge because he's been in the game for a very long time. And the fact that this disc outsold all of his previous ones says a lot. I had to put it in here because I love it, and I see so many people in tournaments playing with it. It's the Pixel. The Pixel is a fantastic putter. It has tons of glide. You can throw it, you can putt with it. It's very versatile. You can put it on a little hyzer, it'll flip up to flat and just push dead straight, have a little bit of a finish to it. It's such a good disc. I use it for jump putts. So number 4 is the Pixel. Before we get into disc number 3, if you like any of these discs throughout the video and you want to go get one, you can use the link below in the description. Get 10% off your order at discgolfdealsusa.com. They have a great disc selection. I love shopping there. The only disc you're not going to be able to find on their website is this Rebirth Envy. I'm pretty sure they're sold out on that. But you can pick up other Envies. It's not going to be the same as that one. Number 3. This is an existing mold, but a new plastic. And the moment I thrown it, it was one of those discs that I threw it and I was like, it's going in the bag, like immediately. And it's probably gonna become an absolute workhorse for me. It is the Fission Pyro. It has more dome than other Pyros. Definitely has a bit more dome, bit more glide, pushes straighter longer. Such a good disc. So number 3 is the Fission Pyro. Disc number 2. It's a completely new mold. This disc is fantastic. It is such a good disc. I had to put it in here as high as it was because MVP really didn't have this slot. And I thrown it, it goes in and out of my bag, but I think it's just gonna stay because it always finds its way back in there. Might as well stay. So number 2 is the Detour. I love this disc. I can hyzer flip this disc, goes dead straight, maybe with a little bit of turn to it, not much finish. It's a solid disc. You can do backhand turnovers, you hyzer flip it. For slower arm speeds, you're just gonna get it to go dead straight with a little bit of finish. It is such a versatile disc and really deserves to be in number 2. So number 1, golly, I was really late to the party with this one. So late to the party, I started throwing it like 2 weeks ago. I don't know what I was doing with my life, but once I threw it, I was like, holy crap, this is going in the bag. Never coming out. It may be MVP's best driver ever. I was throwing it 500 feet, which is insane. It was flying farther than some of my furthest flying discs in my bag. I have to say that number 1 is the MVP Trail. If you have not thrown a trail, or you don't have a trail, you definitely want to go pick one up. For sure. They are so good. If this isn't in your bag, it needs to be. It is so good. This is like, if you like a Crave, you're gonna like this. It's essentially a slightly more stable, faster Crave. You can do hyzer flips, you can do backhand turnovers, but what's crazy is it has enough stability at the end that you're not just gonna like burn it over. You could if you just rip on it and put it on anhyzer, but for the most part, this disc has some integrity to it. I can see why Simon went crazy about it when he first threw it, because it is such a good disc. It actually has, when I first started throwing MVP, a lot of their discs were like board flat. I was like, man, I don't know. I liked them, but I always wish there was a little bit of dome to it. This disc is absolutely perfect. It has not too much dome, just the perfect amount, and it is so comfortable in my hand. It is so comfortable. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I know that it's not completely the end of the year. There may be a couple discs come out before the end of the year. I don't see them beating these. These are gonna be very, very, very hard to beat. Until I catch you in the next one, be safe out there. Go hit the fairways, don't get bogeys, go in peace, be blessed.